Uh-oh, it's Bad Dog Podcast. Stay tuned. You are now listening to Bad Dog Podcast. What's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in. If you guys haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you guys can go do that. That's Pack Run It TV on YouTube. And if you guys don't follow us on IG, that's Troy the Boy _7 TROY DABOI_7. So we're gonna get into it. So today I'm gonna talk about confidence, you guys. Confidence is like one of the biggest things you need in life. If you don't have confidence within yourself, then you're basically telling the universe that you don't really deserve anything. And so like, I wanted to look up the definition of confidence. I was real curious about that. I was like, well, what does confidence really mean? Like what is it? Like what does the definition of confidence, like what is it really? So the definition of confidence is full trust, belief in the power, trustworthiness, or reliability of a person. Now that's huge. That's huge. So basically what they're saying is you need to trust within yourself. If you say something, you have to mean that. And that's huge if you're going for any type of goals. If you're somebody that wants to live a certain lifestyle, like that's huge. You have to already believe that you deserve it, and then you have to go and take the steps to actually achieve that. So what this means when I was growing up, doing my bad dog stuff in the streets, it mean what you say. Meaning, don't sit there and be saying one thing and then do the other thing, because now you're uncredible. Like, we can't take your word for anything. And the main thing in the streets was always, people only go off your word. Everybody heard, Tony Montana, his old phrase, all I have in this world are, my cojones and my word, and I don't break neither one of them. And that's kind of, how it was, when I was growing up. That was the code. I don't know what they do nowadays, so don't ask me. But anyway, so I want to bring you guys to a story that a situation that happened to me while I was in prison. You guys already know I was in the dog program. So we had this one dog, man. We had this one dog named Peaches, and it seemed like this dog always caused trouble. I mean, every week, man, we were calling Zach and Lisa and some of our mentors like, man, look, this dog just did this, man. This dog is doing this, man. We don't know like what's going on. And them being the dog mentors that was helping us understand dog psychology and really getting in the mind of some of these breeds and these dogs, it came down to confidence. We were already looking at the dog as if the dog had bit our arms and legs off. Like, we were already looking at the dog. And so what I learned is, even with mentoring and coaching my clients, is that confidence is key. Like, you can have a trainer come and spend all of these hours and all of these sessions with your dog. That's cool. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the confidence to implement what they're implementing with the dog, you're just paying someone to come spend time and play with your dog. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you really need to be confident that, hey, if I say this, my dog is going to listen to me. And if he doesn't listen to me, then I just have to, reiterate what I want, because again, dogs, they get, distracted. As humans, we get distracted. And so the confidence is huge. Like, even with having kids, like, kids aren't going to believe what you say just because you say it. It's like, no, you got to be confident in what you're saying, and you have to have some type of authority behind what you're saying. And I remember one incident. I was in the dog program, and me and another guy, we were, just playing with our dogs, just kind of just messing around. And so I was trying to feed my dog a treat, and his dog seen what was going on and was like, "Oh, yeah, I think I want one of those too." And so his dog, which was Peaches, she came over and she kind of like sit next to my dog and was like fixated on what I had in my hand. So me not really knowing, dog psychology at the time, I made the huge mistake of removing the reward, which was the treat, and I put it behind my back like that was gonna do something. And then I started giving the dog affection. So psychologically, what I was telling the dog is, no, you can't have this, but I'll give you some affection. And this pissed her off. I mean, I looked away for 1 second, and then the next second I turned, she literally jumped and tried to gnaw my face off, like literally. But luckily, I got out of the way, just in the nick of time. And before I knew it, she actually grazed me. She grazed my lip. I didn't even know it. I had, my colleague, he had to tell me. He was like, "Oh man, your lip is bleeding." I was like, "What? For real?" And then I looked down and I just seen drops of blood. And I'm like, "Oh man." So the main thing that was going through my head was, one, I don't want them to take the dog out the program. And two, it's like, man, like that was scary. Like that was a scary event. Like I was really scared. Like when it happened, I wasn't really tripping. I didn't know what was going on. But after it happened, I was like, whoa, like that dog ain't cool. Like I don't want no parts with that dog. And so one of my mentors, I was talking to her, and she asked me, she just straight up, she's like, "Are you scared of the dog?" And I was like, "Not really." And she's like, "Yeah, you're still scared of the dog." And then she confided with me, and she said, "Troy, listen, the only way you're gonna get over this is you have to walk the dog. You have to walk the dog, because unless you show that incident happened in the past and isn't a continuous thing, that it's not going to be the continuous relationship moving forward, you're always going to be scared of that dog, no matter what the dog is doing." And she was right. She was right. I mean, it took me a few days. Like I didn't just, start walking the dog the next day or the day after. Like she was right. It was like every movement the dog did, now I'm focused on the dog. I'm like, "Dang, you see that? Like, man, why the dog do that?" And then it seemed like everything the dog did, it was aimed to kill me. Like I was the only person in the program or something. And so eventually, I talked to the person that had the dog, and I was like, "Look, bro, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna walk the dog around. You're gonna walk the dog around, and just give me a few, and then I'll come and I'll take the leash, from you, and we'll just keep the dog in motion, right?" And so that basically was the plan. And so I realized that the whole thing wasn't about us orchestrating a plan to try to confuse the dog or to try to manipulate the dog, because dogs are smart. They're not stupid. I always tell people this, trust me, if the dog can tell you when your sugar is low, if the dog can tell you when you're gonna have a panic attack, trust me, the dog knows when you're scared, and the dog knows when you're nervous. So let's not even play these games we can calm our dogs down when we're really not calm ourselves, and the dogs are going to listen to us. That doesn't happen. Never. Never. Not even in the movies. You can't count on that. And if you count on that, then you're setting yourself up, and you're setting the dog up for expectations that aren't real. And this is what I teach my clients. This is how I coach my clients, and this is how they get the results that they need in order to handle a lot of dogs that they have. And so after the walk, I just felt tremendous power. I was just wow, that was crazy. She really like tried to bite my face off for that treat. And then now, I'm walking this dog around the yard like nothing. And then it became an everyday thing. After that, it became an everyday thing to where it's I wanted to walk, Peaches at least once or twice a day. And she felt the difference. And you can see it. Like she knew that I wasn't this scared, guy who she almost bit his face off for this treat anymore. And so just that psychological change, like for me, like was huge. And so that's what, I kind of want you guys to understand, is that having confidence is really a mental, it's a mental shift. It's a mental shift of not going back to what you experience, but looking forward to what you can experience, if that makes sense. You don't always want to linger on past experiences, because past experiences are just what they are. They're past experiences. They give you lessons, they're good observations, so you can take notes and then you move on. But if you continue to live your life based on past experiences, you're never going to grow. You're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to continue to relive, those moments in life over and over and over again. Even as time moves on and life is continuing to move on and grow, like you're still going to be stuck in that shell of, oh man, but I remember when. No, you have to take risk. And really taking risk is just, getting out of that loop. I call it the mental loop of telling yourself, this is going to happen. Well, that's only going to happen because you're anticipating that it happens. You need to look further and look for different experiences. And part of that, is having the courage and the confidence to do something new. And so, like I said, this is what I teach a lot of, this is what I teach a lot of my clients. Like I help them get massive results just by teaching them confidence and teaching them that, look, because your dog is barking and you're telling the dog that it's okay, calm down, it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. And a lot of the time when you're expressing this energy to your dog, the dog can already sense that you're nervous. And so if you're nervous, but you're trying to tell me to calm down, this is only going to tell me to do one thing. This is going to tell me that I need to go harder for you because you're in a distraught state of mind and I need to protect you. And I see this a lot with little dogs. We just did a consultation assessment today with a family that has a Pomeranian, and the Pomeranian is very reactive. But again, the only reason why the Pomeranian is reactive, and the Pomeranian is only really reactive some of the time with the husband, but most of the time with the wife. And, they, tell me, I ask them, I was like, well, how does that make you feel? And I'm panicking. Like, I'm scared. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you're expressing to the dog. You're not expressing, calm down, I got it under control. Like, you're expressing, like, I need help. Like, like Caesar 911, like, speed dial, please. Like, stop barking. Like, I can't get this dog under control. So, like, that's kind of what we do. We kind of put you in the driver's seat so that you guys are more confident and you guys can, not overthink the situation. A lot of times we overthink the situation, which is why we can't be confident. Some stuff you have to stop thinking about it. You have to stop. I remember, I could tell you my earliest experiences of trying to learn how to swim. I have an auntie that stays in Las Vegas, and we used to go out there every summer. She has a big swimming pool, and, we would swim. But I would always swim with the floaty. You see what I'm saying? Like, if she didn't have a donut or, like, some wings or something for me, like, I'm not going in that water. They like, oh, it's only 3 feet. And I'm like, shoot, you can drown in the bathtub, lady. Like, I'm straight. Like, if y'all ain't got a donut, if y'all ain't got a little raft for me, I'm not going. And so it came a time to where, like, my older cousins and my aunties, I had to, like, have confidence in them in order to even take me out there, in the deep end and, like, show me, like, look, man, this is how you swim, man. Kick your feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, doggy paddle. Like, do all the stuff that we're telling you to do, and we guarantee that you're not going to drown. And sure enough, it worked. And it built my confidence up, to even be in water. Now, I'm not the best swimmer in the world. Like, I'm not about to be out there, in the ocean, swan diving or none of that. Nah. But at least I got over that fear of, overthinking, that I'm always going to drown if I'm in the water. So that's one of the huge things that I try to, teach people is confidence. Confidence changes everything. Working out, the reason why people work out, it isn't so much of the results and the, building the muscle, and, it's not so much that for everyone. I mean, everyone has their own, tweak on how they get through their day. But mainly for me, it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing because let's say we're on the treadmill. If we're on the treadmill and we tell ourselves, I'm going to run on this treadmill for 25 minutes straight. I'm not going to take no breaks. I'm not going to get off. I'm not going to sit there and say, whew, man, it's 25 minutes is longer than I thought. Let me go down to 15 minutes. No, we're staying on here 25 minutes and then we're getting off. And then when it's all said and done and we look back on it, we're like, I guess that wasn't so bad. And then even the second time we get on the treadmill, that time goes by like that. It goes by faster, because now the brain already knows what to expect. It's like, oh, I did 25 minutes before. That's cool. All right, so let's do a half an hour. And then from there, you just keep building. But again, it's not so much of, the working out and the muscle. It's the mind. It's the muscle memory. It's you telling yourself, yeah, I can stay on there for 25 minutes. If you tell yourself, yeah, I want to get on there for 25 minutes, but let's just try 10 today. I just want to try 10 minutes today. Then you're never gonna set your mind to do what it is that you say that you're gonna do. And this is why a lot of goals don't get accomplished, because people think that they set goals that are too out of their range. No, it's not out of your range. You're just not confident in the goals that you're setting, and you keep giving yourself outlets so that you don't have to achieve those goals. You are the only person that's in the way of achieving those goals. And part of that, like I said, is having confidence. You need confidence. Confidence is you telling yourself the truth. And if you don't believe that, you can stay on that treadmill for 25, 30 minutes, then you're not going to stay on the treadmill for 25 and 30 minutes. Like, it's that simple. But if you sit there and you stick through it and you say, you know what, I can stay on there for 25 minutes, I'm going to do that. That whole journey of you from the first minute you get on there all the way to that 25th minute, that journey is the reward. That's what's going to feel rewarding. That's what's going to get you through the hump every single time. So much to where 25 minutes isn't even a big deal. 30 minutes isn't even a big deal to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that journey of that in-between period, that 10 minutes, that 15 minutes to where it crossed your mind to jump off. You were like, man, I can hit this stop button and I can go walk some laps, or I can stay on here and I can keep pushing. That's what builds the confidence. It's sticking your mind to doing something and then actually achieving it and going for it. Now, again, like, you can't just set outrageous goals, because then you're going to set yourself up for failure. You need to set goals that you can accomplish so that you can become more confident. One of the things about dog psychology and just dealing with dogs that I've learned is the more you do something with the dog that the dog knows how to do, the more confident the dog is. So we get people, man, my dog doesn't want to play fetch. Man, my dog doesn't want to do that. Well, what does your dog like to do? Well, let's do that. Do that. Do more of that and encourage the dog in that state. Let the dog know that you're proud of them doing that thing, instead of trying to get them to do things that, are uncomfortable for them, things that are going to lead them to get into trouble. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand what type of individual you are. Just like I tell my clients, you have to understand what type of dog you have. You see what I'm saying? You can't sit here and pretend that you have a freaking, first class poodle, but yet this dog has an extremely high prey drive. It doesn't work. You have to understand the animal. Because if you don't, you're going to set the dog up for failure, and then the dog is going to get into trouble, and then you're gonna feel like a failure. And then at the end of the day, you're gonna have to make a decision. And I deal with clients that, that are close to that, point of giving the dog up, just giving the dog to the shelter, going, getting another dog. And, we give them other solutions. We give them other options. It's like, well, maybe you guys don't have to do that. Maybe if you guys just do this with the dog 4 times a day for 20 minutes around your regular schedule, because again, like, we stress to our clients, if we give you something to do that's out of the ordinary, it's not practical, it takes too much time, you're not going to do it. And then you're not going to see the results. And then, your dog is just going to be the same dog. You're going to have the same expectations for them. And then it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So my whole thing is confidence. How you build confidence, you do things that that you're able to do. And then you move on, you progress. It's like I told you, I like the treadmill. You see what I'm saying? Start with 10 minutes. And I don't care if you're not really like a workout person, like, it's more of a mental thing. It's not even physical. It's not, oh, well, I can't really run on the treadmill. I can't. Okay, well, get on the Stairmaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, just mentally tell yourself that you're going to do something and then get it done. Like, make that a priority. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, it could be, to stop eating after a certain time. It could be, I'm not going to smoke a cigarette, after, 10 o'clock. I'm going to try to cut down to anything. Like I told you guys in my first episode, you can make the change and the rehabilitation right now. It can be a small change or it could be a big change, but you have to understand your own threshold. You have to understand what type of person you are. But unless you want to change, then there's nothing to really complain about. If you're just comfortable with the person that you are, the habits that you have, cool. That's perfect. But if not, this is your chance right now. You can build the confidence to do more than what you're doing and to experience more things than you have already been experiencing. So being confident, telling yourself the truth. Don't lie to yourself. Live in your truth. Look around you, like, be honest with yourself. The one thing that, that irritates me the most is people who set goals outside of themselves. Meaning they set goals that they know they're not going to be able to accomplish. But yet they say it in a larger group of people to make themselves seem higher than they really are. And you don't have to do that. Just set goals that's within your niche. Set goals that's within your reach. Hit those goals and then build on top of them. That's how you build confidence. So I hope you guys have learned something today. I hope you guys go out there and try to build your confidence. This has been Bad Dog Podcast. I'm Troy McDaniel. Make sure you guys go to our YouTube channel. Go get your merch. Look, check me out. I'm a bad dog. We got the link for these in our description on YouTube. 15% off any order that's over $50. Yes, that's right. You spend $50, we'll give you 15% off. You can get your own Bad Dog merch. We even got merch for your dogs. So, yep, go check it out. The link will be down below. And we'll see you guys next time. See you.